Firstly, we would like to begin with our first member, that is Aakshi.
Before we start, Shivi, I would like to congratulate you and the entire Flow fraternity for coming up with this beautiful initiative of empowering all the females around here who have been working really hard. Thank you so much for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Aakshi. It's a pleasure to have you with us. All right. So I welcome Aakshi as our first speaker for today. I hope you can see the screen now. Can you see the screen?
Yes, we can see it.
All right. So Aakshi, can you please tell us about La Joie?
Okay, La Joie Early Learning Habitat. So before Shivi, I say something. When I say La Joie Early Learning Habitat, what comes to your mind? Can you please just close your eyes and visualize something with La Joie Early Learning Habitat?
Well, I can visualize flowers and butterflies and swings as a kid.
Okay, so this is all happiness, merriment, and joy. So,
Yeah.
la joie is a French word which means happiness, merriment, sunshine. As the name suggests, La Joie connects us with La Joie Early Learning Habitat, a Montessori preschool and daycare with a happy learning environment. So, yes, if I simply say La Joie is my first baby, which has recently taken birth during the course of new normal times, and I'm all the more proud that we had opened our services to help the children and parents across the globe when the entire world was locked. And further moving ahead with La Joy, we have prepared the environment for children ages 12 months to 5 years. All the programs are age appropriately designed, and we are ready to welcome everybody.
That sounds really interesting. So,
Thank you.
what are these programs? Can you tell us more about the programs that you're offering?
Yes, definitely. I would like to tell you about these learning programs. So, we start as early as 12 months with the adult and child program. It is an interactive program which has active participation from the children and the parents as well, with lots of music, movement, dancing, art and craft. And further progressing, we start with the playgroup, where we welcome children from age group between 18 months to 2.5. The further program progresses into pre-nursery from 2.5 to 3 years, and again then we have a nursery from 3 to 4 years, and the final level of program is the kindergarten, that is 4 to 5 years. And apart from these learning enriched learning programs, we also provide daycare facility for the parents who are working.
Wow. So, what inspired you to start La Joie?
Okay, well, talking about what inspired me, I will have to go down the memory lane. So, after pursuing my master's in advertising and marketing management, I headed to work with Ogilvy and Mather and worked there for an year. And post that, I got married and got relocated to Lucknow. After getting married, here I got the opportunity to work with my husband and my father-in-law under the aegis of Sumitra Group of Schools. Sumitra Group of Schools is a chain of K-12 schools based out of Sitapur. And I had been working with Sumitra Group of Schools for past 3 years in different academic capacities, but up to grade 8. So working with children, working with parents, working with facilitators had grown my love fonder for education. And having said that, I also observed a dearth of good, organized, and structured preschools in Lucknow. I am very close to the children, especially the smaller children in the early years. So, my love for them had made me work more towards it, study more about different methods, techniques, and pedagogies. And after studying them, I felt that Montessori was one way that is still successful and going really well with the children. And on the same note, La Joy Early Learning Habitat had come with a Montessori preschool and daycare. Uh, Shivi, I would like to also share one thing that is very important, that there are no preschools in Lucknow who have been adopting, innovative ways of facilitating content to the children. You must have observed that I am mentioning about music and movement through child development. So these are new techniques, and no one had been adopting them. So I really wanted to bring in, these new concepts, like how well we can make, how well we can make the learning interesting in the early years. So yes, and for this I would not blame the educators that they have not been adopting. It is with the parents. We need to make the parents aware. We need to educate the parents that reading and writing can come later. What is important in the formative skills, formative years and the foundation years is to work on their life skills, to make them and raise them as good humans rather than intelligent humans. So that is what my mission is, my aim is, and I am on a fight to make all the parents aware for this. Do not worry, बच्चा नहीं लिख रहा है अभी, नहीं पढ़ पा रहा है, that will come with the time. The foundation years, the formative years is to build on their skills. So we have to work in that direction.
That's a wonderful vision, I must say. Holistic education is something that is much required. And
Yes.
if you're providing it, I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you, Shivi. Thank you so much.
Actually, can you tell us what sets you apart? What sets La Joie apart?
Yeah, that's a great question, and I have so much to talk about it. What sets La Joie apart? Firstly, I will talk about the curriculum, how we go, with the pattern of pedagogy in La Joie. So it's very child centric, and I say my curriculum is follow the child. Follow the child does not mean I let the child whatever the child wants to do. That does not happen here. Follow the child simply means that we need to acknowledge the child, that we understand you have your pace of learning and we respect your pace of learning. We respect your individuality. It does not work with the way that by this time the child should learn ABCD, the child should learn to write capital letters, the child should now learn lowercase letters. It does not work like that. We need to respect the pace of every child. And to cope up with this individuality, I would like to share that student teacher ratio in our classroom is 18:3. So for every 6 children, we have one teacher to look after them. So that's how we respect the individuality and their pace of learning. Talking about the curriculum, Shivi, I would also like to share that all our classrooms at La Joie are Montessori equipped. So this is very interesting. Everybody watching me here, my fellow participants and all the young parents, mommies and daddies, watch this out what I'm going to show you now. So this is a Montessori apparatus. Okay, now I'm going to perform an activity in front of you. The child is supposed to put in these blocks under this, in this apparatus. So I am doing it. This
That's
is
really interesting.
Yeah, this is for the children, for building the visual perception and dimension in the children, like how things look like, what is the shape and the dimension.
Okay. Actually, seeing you do this makes me also want to try my hand at it.
Really, I am glad. Imagine how much children would love doing it.
Yeah, I'm finding it a lot of fun.
Shivi, can you see there is something wrong here?
Yeah.
So the child can identify the error. The child sees, oh, this is not going inside. I am going somewhere wrong. There is no intervention of the adult required here. It is not required कि कोई बड़ा आके कहे कि you are going wrong, आपने गलत किया है, आपको इसमें डालना है. No, that is not required. The child can identify himself and can make the changes and rectify it. As simple as that. So this is scientific material which we provide in the classroom for children to learn, where adult intervention is not required. Imagine, Shivi, today you are hosting a show and somebody is eyeing on you how well Shivi is doing. Won't you feel conscious about it? Won't you feel nervous about it? So that's what happened with the children. When we eye on them, when we constantly observe them, कि बच्चा कैसे कर रहा है, and we constantly instruct them how to go about it, the child gets nervous. So these material, we keep it in the these scientific material help the children to identify their own errors and rectify it themselves. So there is no adult intervention required.
Wow, I wish you were there earlier when I was a kid.
That made me really happy, Shivi. Thank you so much for that statement. I would also like to, so for now we had been talking about the academics, like how we study in the school. I would also like to talk about the infrastructure. So safety is the one major point that we have worked on details. So talking about the safety, we have no electrical points on the lower walls, or there are no sharp edges and corners in the entire premises. All the pillars are covered with the cushion so that there is no head banging, and all the washrooms are, the commodes in the washroom are child level, all the railings on the staircase are child level, to inculcate independence in the child. The child need not look up to the adult कि अब मतलब मैम आएंगी या टीचर आएंगी तो वॉशरूम लेके जाएंगी. That does not happen at La Joie. We have built the school in such a way that the child is independent.
Okay. So Aakshi, in the current situation of the pandemic, how can parents and children approach you in this situation?
They need not to approach us. Lajo is coming to their home with their creatively made learning resource kits, and we had been delivering them right at their doorsteps. And we have prepared a curriculum which is specially for the virtual learning, not the curriculum that we follow in the school, because we need to work in a way that things can be executed well on the screens. So we had been doing this program by the name Parent Partnership Program, and I'm very happy and glad that Lajoy was the first school to come with the virtual preschooling learning with the resource learning bit.
Wow, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all that with us. In
Thank you.
fact, my message, I would like to say to all the parents who are looking for a nice preschool for their kids, Lajoy is a perfect choice because of the focused attention that they give, and the number of teachers, six students to one teacher ratio that they maintain is something which would ensure good focus on each and every child. So thank you so much, Aakshi, for sharing all that with us.